Hi, my lovies. Welcome in. I was going to try to show off my hair that Shauna did today, but I'm too close up. Can't tell. It looked gorgeous, Shauna. She's a Picasso of hair. I got a little bit of low lights back into it. It's easy to get blonde blind, but I think I do blonde okay. But everybody, all my family, is always nagging me to stick with my dark hair. You guys should vote blonde or brown for me. I'll take a vote. Welcome in, my friends. I was just at the gym too, so don't blame Shauna for the sweat in my hair. Hi, Judy. How are you, my love? I remember that I was talking to you in Messenger, but I don't remember who your loved one was. Why don't you tell me your person's name and their relationship? Do you want just a card, or do you want to hear from somebody in heaven? I can do a medium reading for you. Or I can pull a card too. Let's see. 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. That is likely a husband or a father. Yeah, so who's the King of Pentacles? The King of Pentacles is a father figure. So he's either your husband or your father, I would say. The father of your children, or he's your own father. And he's showing me a young woman. He's showing me you, I believe. And then a young woman and medium-aged somebody. Yes, Cindy, I'm doing Judy here now. Then I can do Cindy. So Judy, let me know who that is. It could be either one. If your husband has passed away, I would say it's your husband. Normally, it's I like to ask for the person who's closest to you. So let's say this is your husband, Judy. What was his name? And he's telling me about a Queen of Hearts, a Queen of Wands, and a Jack of Pentacles. Who, this looks to me like you and a son and a daughter, maybe. A young woman, a medium-aged person, and you is who I see. So Judy, did you and your husband have children? Your daughter's father. Okay, that makes sense. Hi, Ray. Judy, what's your daughter's name too? Yeah. Oh, that's okay. It's still, marriage in the spirit realm is, you know, you sleep with them once you're married. That was a joke. Well, not really, to be honest. There he is. That's the father of your daughter. Okay. Hi, Jess. Janelle? He says, sorry I didn't marry you. Honest to God, Judy. He says, sorry I didn't marry you. He really did say that. Or you wouldn't marry him, maybe. Sorry you didn't marry me, perhaps. He's telling Janelle congratulations about something. Is Janelle in a relationship? Is Janelle getting married? He says congratulations to her. He's calling Janelle misresponsible. He's really proud of her. Is she getting married? Okay. He's really proud of Janelle for where she's gone in her life. He's calling her misresponsible, misindependent. And he's happy for her. He's proud of her for getting married. What can I do here? Excellent. He says, good idea, little one, or good idea, my child. Something along those lines. Judy, do you want to ask him any questions? He says, 7 of Wands. What's he saying? He's saying, he's describing like some kind of border at the wedding. Hi, Vicky. He's talking about a border. Now, I don't know if that means that you guys have some kind of structure, like a gazebo or something like that. It's looking like some kind of fence or border, so just keep that in mind. And I do have a vision of like the perimeter of something. I think he's just, you know, he's just talking about the wedding, but I don't know if anybody is going across a border. And in that case, I would say he's like giving you guys blessings and protections if you need to cross the border, or if anybody needs to travel across the border regarding the wedding. Will you sell the house? Will Judy sell the house? Oh, is this the border now? So that could be property lines. Will Judy sell the house? There's land involved. Gotcha. So I think, yes, you will sell it eventually, but there might be some stuff to work out. You will sell it eventually, but only if you want to. Like, you'd have to like keep trying multiple, like you'd have to make sure everything falls off. Sorry. I'm okay. Are you okay? Yeah, that's the thing I hold on, my camera holds up on. Yeah, Judy, so keep going with the house. If you want to sell it, you will be able to. But there's just, sometimes it's like, you know, it might deter you from selling it, but you can. Okay, what was his name again, Judy? I gotta put him back to rest. I forget his name. Is he with you? Yeah, he definitely is. How do you show Judy your presence? He gives you a headache or a nightmare. He's a little bit jokey, Ray. He's a little bit jokey. He says, are there pictures of you when you were a young mother? Are there any pictures of you and him with the daughter? Because if there are, then he like kind of lives on in those pictures. So if you want to take those pictures out and like put them around the house or frame them or something, it's like his presence is with you there. Okay, thanks, Ray. Ray is happy, Judy. He watches over your daughter. He actually has love for you, whether or not that was a very, you know, healthy relationship at the time. He does have love for you now where he is. And he does have regrets about not being there with you and the daughter so much as much as, you know, he should have been. Cindy, please. Is Cindy still here? And Cindy, what's your grandmother's name again? Anita, did you say? Or I'm not having much luck with my sticky posty thing here today, guys. By the way, over the summer, my videos may be a bit, I may have to do less of them. Just, you know how summer is. Your routine is off, so when the kids are out of school, I don't know if I'll be doing every Thursday evening, but I'll be here when I can. You're welcome, Judy. I would say all those questions are pretty much a yes. He's very present and he comes out for you very easily. I have him put back to rest now, so I won't call him back in to ask him more. Adelia. Cindy's grandmother, Adelia, please. Now, Cindy, do you have any questions on your mind for her? Is that like something that you're hoping to hear from her? Like some advice about anything? Or what? Yeah, she's telling me you are carrying a cross, like you have a cross to bear. And she says, I see, like, there looks like some heartbreak in your life. And your grandmother says, I know how you feel. Something like that. Unless she's referring to her own past. But if you are going through a pretty hard time right now around some area of your life, then she says, I know how you feel. If you're not, then maybe she's referring to her own hardships. But 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords is like a really painful experience. Painful, heavy experience. Yeah, that makes sense because the 10 of Pentacles is family and money. So it's family money or inheritances, or it can be relatives, it can be groups of relatives, and it can be income. So she is, you know, her presence is in the situation, like she's keeping an eye on things. She just threw the 9 of Wands on the floor. If she were alive, I think she would be saying something like, to hell with it. And I see her like throwing a dishcloth on the floor. She would be so frustrated. She'd be like, to hell with this, or to hell with ye. She feels pretty angry about it. But the 9 of Wands is a message that says, don't give up. It says it's about persistence. Man, do you want to give any kind of outcome? I mean, the 6 of Wands says success. So when I ask her, do you want to give an outcome? It looks to me like whatever is in your best interest will occur. Okay? And then it says, even when you can't see, the Ace of Pentacles is what's going on, or the Ace of Pentacles is it's an opening, or it's a key, or something like that. It is, the Ace of Pentacles is an offer in this case. And she says you cannot anticipate the offer. You just have to kind of wait it out and see where this goes. But I see it working in your favor. Cindy, do you have any other questions? Guys, I'm not sure if the comments are coming in properly or not. They seem to be repetitive, like the same thing that Judy said Cindy is saying. So I wonder if the comments are a bit messed up or something. But for Cindy, is she with you? Yeah, especially when you're doing tasks around the house. She watches you like do your work, Cindy, and I'm thinking folding laundry, dish towels. She has an association with dish towels. Like, I don't know if she maybe crocheted dish towels or she folded them out. Like, I don't know. She always had a dish towel like thrown over her shoulder or tucked in her pants, tucked in her skirt or something. Something about dish towels. And when you're like folding laundry or doing dishes, that's when your nan is most present to you. So I would say like humming, if you like hum her favorite songs or some kind of church songs or something, it will probably bring her in. She is with you for sure, without a doubt. Six of Swords shows driving. Oh yeah, so when you drive too, she's with you in the car. I would say she's quite protective over you when you're driving, and it feels like she's kind of like sitting in the passenger seat with you. The dish towel. I can see her with a dish towel. I feel like she would slap it or throw it or something. But it was probably like she'd have it on her shoulder and she'd kind of whip it off or something like that. I think she just used it as a outlet of frustration in some way too. Or, you know, they'd shake out the dust from it or shake out the crumbs or something like that. Hi, Glenda. Thank you so much. So, Cindy, I'll close her out now unless you have any other questions for her. Was she? Cute. Erica, if you have somebody who has passed on, you can tell me their name and their relationship to you. I don't have anybody else in line. If anybody else wants to give me a person, I'm open after Cindy's. You can tell me the name of your loved one and their relationship to you. You're welcome, my sweet. Erica's father, Eric, please. Erica's father, Eric. Ow. Erica, your dad is talking about dramatic plans or shuffling plans. That's what it is. It's like somebody had some kind of plans and you had to move things around or shuffle them. What were these plans, Dad, that you're talking about? Like things didn't go as planned. Things didn't go as planned is what he's saying. Erica, do you have a brother? Would he be talking about your names? Does Erica have a brother? You do. So I feel like he's actually talking about the naming. Where is your brother named Eric or not? Because I don't know if he had it in mind to name a boy Eric, but then he had to shuffle his plans and name you Erica. I'm kind of thinking that's what he's saying. Because I think he's telling me they didn't find out the genders of their babies back then or something like that. If that would make sense to you. So he's talking about your brother for sure. Your brother is a King of Wands in the cards for me. He's not named Eric. Anyway, you can figure that out for yourself. I feel like he's saying something along those lines to me, like in kind of a casual conversation, you know? He's like, oh, things didn't go as planned. Or it was an unusual thing. Eric, I have your daughter, Erica. What would you like to say to her? He keeps talking about your brother a lot. Who's the oldest one? Who was born first? And someone has died in a car accident before in the past. Do you know who he's talking about? Oh, you have a sister too? He didn't... is that the sister? He says yes. He's talking about your brother and your sister. So he just wants to say hello to all of you. Make sure he doesn't leave them out. But do you know anybody who died in a car crash? Or it might have been, maybe they didn't die, but they had a sad car accident. No? How did your father die? And he asks, how are my children doing? He feels a little bit like, I don't know if he knows he's talking to you. He's asking me, like, how are my children? So I don't think he quite gets that you're actually here. Because I'm like, Erica's here. Erica's here. But he feels like he's talking to me, like he's explaining himself to me about why he named you that and stuff. Eric, your daughter, Erica is right here. She's on the phone. But he's telling me that his family, like his family of birth, was cursed and they had a tragic like history and with car accidents or something. So somebody, that's what he's saying to me. But he's talking like, he's saying these things as if he's in conversation with some stranger like me. So Erica is on the phone. Would you like to say anything to your daughter? Yeah, he says, like, how are my children? And he says, Erica, you look very pretty. He wants to tell you you look pretty. Oh, this is nice. And he says, there's a 10 of swords, see, and an 8 of swords. It's like he feels like you know what I'm talking about? Okay, because I was just about to say he feels like there's a lot of pain in his family. 10 of swords is like pain, like physical pain. But it looked to me like it was around a car. But you know what I'm talking about, so I'll just leave it with you. And then he's talking about heaven. He's like, people go to heaven painfully or something. People go to heaven painfully? How can Erica know that you are with her, Eric? Do you communicate with Erica in any way? Have you ever done, okay, Erica's saying I am correct. Okay. Have you done therapy before, Erica? Or I'm getting some kind of, what's it called? Like a charity. If you guys ever do some kind of charity event, like in his memory or something. Or you don't do. So I don't know if this, I'm seeing groups of people. See, the 3 of Pentacles, guys, sometimes I just have to like pick, like just try to untangle things. So like I say therapy and then I say, oh, charity events. And you might think like, what on earth? That's a big leap. But no, like it can be therapeutic to be with groups of people. Like I'm getting people who support you, support groups. So support groups can occur at a charity. Like, for example, I do autism support groups. That would be therapy and charity together. Okay. So that's how some of these things you got to put together the pieces. Like I'm pulling, you know, threads of information from the beyond. So it kind of gets, but anyway, he's talking about therapeutic groups of people. And I asked him, how will Erica know if you are with her? And he says, spending time with the therapeutic groups of people. People who are nice to you, people who give you charity in some way. Okay? So it might, tomorrow you might be like, oh God, of course he's talking about this group of people who we go to or something like that. But it might come to you tomorrow and it might make sense. Somebody hid something. How did the funeral go, Erica? Would you say, was it a positive experience? Somebody hid something, and I think it was around the time of the funeral. Okay? Maybe there was something put in his casket that he wants to acknowledge. Because it doesn't look like a negative, but it says something was hidden at the funeral, and I think he wants to... I feel like it was something that was put in his casket, and he'd like to say thank you about it, okay? Okay, my lovies, I'm going to talk to Don's friend, Erin, and then I'm going to finish up, get home to my children. Eric, thank you for coming in. And Erica said you had a beautiful funeral and she loves you, okay? And Erica, you can talk to him anytime. He always hears you. You're welcome. Don, you're asking for your friend Erin. Let's see what she has to say. How long ago did Erin pass, Don? She says, you know, to be blunt, and I don't know what this means, but she says, I'm not over it. What is this referring to, Erin? She gave me Queen of Pentacles and Two of Pentacles. I feel like her death is not something that people can really recover from. Did she have children? That makes sense to you? No, I'm not over it. Makes sense. Yeah, like there's Three of Swords is twice. Three of Swords is heartbreak, and she gave it to me twice. So you understand what she means by that. But then, like, I think also, like, her death was just not something, like, somebody so young. It's like there's not a whole lot of people don't have closure around her death. Okay, if she has a daughter, that would make sense. But I feel like her loved ones, Erin's loved ones, are still in heavy grief. They haven't really gone through much of a process yet. I feel like they're still in the throes. And maybe they're not, but she perceives that. But she does want to say that she's giving me Four of Swords, so it means like she's asleep. She's at rest. She's at peace. So her loved ones should know that. Erin, is there anything you'd like to say to your daughter while Dan is here? Love of her life. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense then. Her daughter's the love of her life, but she says, the Two of Wands is an outlook, or a looking upon, or it can be like looking out over something. I feel like Erin is in a location that looks like Signal Hill to me. It's like a vista. So whether or not she would be in St. John's, or if it's something similar, like she has this outlook over a large, like, expansive place. And if her daughter goes to these places, like, I feel like it is something high, similar to Signal Hill or some kind of hiking area. And if her daughter can go and, like, just look out over, like, the expansive, you know, view, it will create a connection with her mom. And yes, I think it's understandable that the family is really just wrecked in the throes of grief, like I'm getting. And she understands that and knows it. But she does say that she is asleep, and she is, you know, that means she's at peace, basically. Okay, Dan? And you can talk to her again another time too. Like, it's okay if you guys talk to the same people. sorry, I give up on the phone mount. Yeah, if you guys ask for the same people here repeatedly, that's okay. You can ask them different questions and that kind of stuff. Yeah, like I'll get you a card in response to that question, Dan. But the answer to those questions is always yes. They absolutely know. They don't go anywhere. They know more. You can have a better relationship with somebody after they pass. They know more. They can, it's like the human, like all the bad stuff about being human goes away. Let me see how she would respond to you saying, do you know how much Don loves and misses you, Erin? She says, give her a hug for me. She says, I never let go and you never let go. The Four of Pentacles is holding something. In an image, it's like, it can look like cradling a baby or giving somebody a hug or holding on tight to something. So that's what she says, like hugs. Like she said, give you a hug. Okay? All right, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I will try my very best to come back next Thursday. And as always, you can always book a reading with me. I have office hours on Sundays. And my office is on Elizabeth Avenue. So it's really nice to come in and sit together. Most people, I think, have a really positive experience with that. And I'm here. I do free readings on Thursdays as often as possible. And on Tuesdays, I do free readings on TikTok. So I try to give you guys lots of opportunity to speak to your loved ones. But yeah, you can book a reading if you're able, and to make sure that you're able to hear from your loved one. Shine bright, everybody.